was very helpful because we were able to arrive very quickly. I had a large carry-on bag, but I was able to bring it on board without any extra charge. However, since it was a speedboat, it was quite shaky and I got really motion sick. So, if you are prone to motion sickness, I recommend taking motion sickness medicine beforehand. The share van was delayed due to a mistake, but it was convenient to be able to communicate directly through the chat on the reservation screen. There is also a language conversion function, so there is no problem. Next time, I will book the transfer and boarding service with Autumn on Phuket. We arrived early, but we were late to the line, so we were stuck. The friendly staff were willing to compromise and offer us a seat, but we had to sit next to each other, which was a bit of a struggle. I think there were too many passengers for the number of seats available. I booked a boat to Phi Phi Island. I had some difficulty finding the local ticket agency, but once I found them, they guided me straight away. The ease of booking the ticket and the smoothness of the journey on site were appealing. The car was late due to a mistake, but the boat was the same company so they changed the time to accommodate us. I recommend the speedboat for efficient use of time. I bought my ticket to Phi Phi the day before and checked in without any issues. I and number 39, am so glad I booked through Phuket. We arrived on a speedboat in no time. The speed, departure and arrival times of the boat, and the punctuality of the minibus pickup were all on time, which was very reassuring. I was glad I had bought motion sickness medicine. The boat was quite shaky. The transfer was smooth. Reservations are required. Nice trip with perfect sailing. I used it to return to Phuket International Airport after staying overnight on Phi Phi. I probably had to make a separate reservation for the transfer from Deport to Phuket International Airport, but I wrote in the comments section that I wanted to go to Phuket International Airport and they arranged it for me. The chat with the reservation company was quick to respond, the service was polite, and they told me the price in advance, so I felt at ease. I took the ferry to Phi Phi and the speedboat back, but be careful of seasickness when using a speedboat. I and number 39, they never had seasickness before, but it was dangerous if I let my guard down. If you and number 39, prone to seasickness, I recommend the ferry, even if it takes longer. Chartering or using Grab is expensive, and using a local bus is troublesome, but a shared van is cheap and comfortable. We used the same speedboat company, so they were able to coordinate and we were guided immediately when we arrived at the pier. There were only 2 other groups on board, and we made it to the flight with plenty of time to spare. I recommend it and will use it again next time. After checking in at the pier, I had some time to look around the souvenir shops, but the receptionist kept my luggage so I could go around the souvenir shop slightly. There is a paid luggage storage near the pier, but I didn't and number 39, need to use it. It takes an hour by speedboat, but it feels quite long, so I recommend it over the ferry. It shakes less than I thought and is much more comfortable than the 2-hour ferry. Highly recommended.